Unbreak my heart. Say you love Valero. Valero taking it on the chin today, and I thought, I'm gonna watch this thing and see if it keeps going down. Did that sound like Bill Clinton? I kind of think it did. Oh boy, Bart. So I'm gonna take a look at Valero as it goes back up. Bounce, baby, bounce, baby, bounce. We are looking at it's down almost 8%. $10.73 today. So I thought we would take a position on the Valero. And let's see here. Sell put. So we want to sell some puts on Valero, and I want to go out. Let's look at the 10-day. So that would be not this Friday, but the next Friday. What would we see on Valero? Keeping in mind, I did a little back research, jogged my memory a little bit, and the lowest price they've been this year was 119 around January 4th, when the stocks had some big sell-offs to enter the new year, and we are looking at $119 as its low. Hasn't really gone below 122 since then. So, we like that eye test of the 1%. So, for instance, 121 strike with a $1.16 credit is under the 1%. And then over here, 141. So if we take 141 and we divide it by 122, we get 1.1%. So there's that 1% eye test. But I thought, I don't know, maybe we'll go out another week and see what kind of action we can get, getting real conservative. Okay, so if we keep scrolling down here, out of the money, not only out of the money, but also this would be $1 below the year-to-date low of 119. So how low can you go? I don't think so. I don't think we can get to 118. At least we have no idea, but that's our thesis for this trade. 118, 82% chance of profit. And you see what's gone on. It's up 407% because of Valero hitting the skids today. Volatility at 45%. And it's going up on me, isn't it? No, making a couple moves down, couple red bars down. But if we look at the premium at the 118, we're above the 1% mark. It is only 17 days out. And then I was thinking about doing, something crazy. Like, let's see. Let's click through this, and I see we could probably get a little bit more premium. Maybe even more. How about more? $1.32, $1.33. Can we get $1.34? We got a medium fill in that. What if we went something like 10 contracts, got real crazy? I don't know, Bart. You're starting to scare me. Well, we like Valero. We think it's a great stock. If we look over here, just in general at the summary of Valero, we see that we have a strong buy with the propeller heads, the boop, boop, boop. They got their R2-D2 robots working on their analysis, and the quants with their quantitative analysis say it's a strong buy at almost a 5, almost a perfect number. Wall Street says a buy with a 423, and these Seeking Alpha analysts say it's also a buy. If we go over to our friends at Alpha Spread, and we go to Valero, whoa, what do they say? They say it has an intrinsic value of, 220.91. Give me some of that action right there. What are they doing as far as dividends? When's their next dividend? When's their earnings? I think it's end of the month. So they have earnings on April 27th. Okay, so that adds volatility to the scenario as well. And we look at dividends. They have 2/13 was their most recent ex-dividend date. So dividend history would put us at around mid-May. If we look to Valero, so last year they were May 11th. So we could, if we went out to the 21st, that would be 4 earnings and before the next dividend. So there's a couple of plays we can make in there in the meantime. So if we look at $1.34, can we get $1.35? Man, now you're getting crazy. $1.35. We'll just leave it up there. You know what? I want to get it filled. I want to get it filled right here and right now and try to collect $1,340 in premium on this cash secured put on one of our sweethearts, Valero Energy. Let's see if we can get it filled. Well, and we'll have to cough up $118,000 in collateral, but we really don't plan on being in this trade through the duration, through the expiration of this cash secured put. We currently have zero. That's zero filled. And I really kind of don't want to miss my opportunity either, because tomorrow a stock like Valero could bounce $5 up tomorrow. Okay, and see, it's already bouncing up before our very eyes. It's at 127.85. So we may have to adjust it. Will we have to adjust it? The order will be canceled. Let's just try to, we might have to come down a little bit on our request for cash flow. Let's just get it filled. How's 133? We don't mind $1,330 in our pocket. It's already changed into a medium fill from a high fill. Let's see if it fills before our very eyes. Come on, you can do it. Valero, you're the little oil company that could. I know that you can fill. We want to collect the premium before it bounces back up. 127.86. Just go a little lower and it will fill. 84, 81. Do I hear 70 or do I hear 80 or 79? Nope, 76. We should be filling any second. And there it is. It has filled. Contract sold 10. Credit $1,330. Collateral had to cough it up. $118,000 put to the side. But if we look at the math, okay, we like to do our fantasy math. We really do. If we look at the $1,330 collected right here and right now against the $118,000, that doesn't sound like a very attractive return, does it? Well, it's 1.1%, but keep in mind, it's in 17 days if this trade does what we expect it to do during those 17 days between now and April 21st. So we divide the 1.1% by 17 days, okay? Divide by 17, and then we get an even lower number, but then we have to use that fantasy math and we multiply it by 365 days, because last I checked, I mean, even on the Mayan calendar, right, Terry? Yeah, that Mayan calendar says it too. There's 365 days in a year. So that would give us a 24.1% return on collateral for this specific trade under these exact circumstances. So there we have it. Valero making a move on Valero that we feel pretty good about. Again, we're at $118 strike price, which is $1 below where their lowest closing price was this year, which I believe was January 4th. In fact, we'll look at it right now. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at it now. Now, making this trade, we don't want to buy 1,000 shares right now of Valero. We'll take 1,000 shares at $118 a share, but we're really trying to make a play on that premium we collected. In fact, if this trade does what I believe it should do, we may trade out of it in 3 or 4 days and collect whatever, 40, 50% of that profit, because that's still a big number considering the days that will be in the trade. And you can see it is starting to work its way back up, which means it's working up into our favor, right? So we'll keep watching Valero, but if we look at the year to date, and let's change this to a line just to give us an easier look, okay? And then we look at the closing prices. So the most recent low was on March 15th. Move this up just a bit so we can see the date at the bottom there. If you follow that dotted line down, you can see on March 15th, they closed at 124.33, okay? And we're positioned at 118. So we go all the way back here to January 4th, where they closed at 119.62, all right? So we are still under that number as well. So as far as an options trade is concerned, we should be safe, but you never know. I mean, the market can turn on us at any time. I know Valero, they called up old Sleepy Joe and they're like, excuse me, Joe, Do you want to save some face with regard to energy? If so, allow us to import some of that Venezuelan oil. I don't care what you think of their politics. We still want their oil. We do. We don't want that Russian oil. And look what the Saudis just did to us. Oh yes, I can't do a Saudi for some reason. The Saudi accent is not coming to mind. I almost used an English accent. Should practice some of this stuff before I think of it. But the Saudis, they just said we are lowering our output so that we are putting the screws to all of you around the world and increasing our profits. So we need more of our own oil, of course, and I'll take some of that Venezuelan oil. I could care less what they're doing down there politically. I know I should, but I don't. So if Valero gets that okay from Biden, because Biden's going to need to save some face soon, as the gas prices are going back to $4 if he doesn't do something about it very soon. Because we are coming up on driving season as well. So let my friends at Valero import that Venezuelan oil, and we will then be able to produce more gasoline for us consumers, lowering that price, having more of a balance between supply and demand. Anyways, enough of that. Valero on the board, yes, and I'll see you in the next video.